At the beginning of the story we are shown Javier who lives in a very nice house. His wife and his son are also with him. But now Javier has no work. He goes for an interview. But he does not get selected, due to which Javier becomes very disappointed. On returning home his wife suggests that now we should sell this house and our luxury car. Our financial condition has become very bad. Javier agrees with him. Before vacating the house, he also fires his house help who had the house keys. He also asks him to return the duplicate key of the house. Help is extremely disappointed as she has now lost her job. That's why she throws away the keys and goes away from there. Javier moves into another apartment with his family. He also joined a part-time course to upgrade his portfolio and now he continuously gives interviews in big companies because he needs a job. He gets selected at one place but he comes to know that he will have to do an internship for the next 6 months for which he will not get any salary. Javier becomes very disappointed after knowing this. Now when he is going back to his home in his car, there are keys of his old house there which his help had thrown in the car. He picks up those keys and goes outside his old house and waits for the new owner of his old house to leave the house so that he can go inside the house. After some time, when the new owner leaves the house, Javier cleverly and cautiously enters the house and closes the door from inside. He doesn't want people around him to see him. After going inside he sees the family photo of the new owner. Javier spends some time there. After this, he goes back to his home. But the next day Javier goes to the same house again. Today he checks many things at home, documents, call lists etc. There he finds a red token which belongs to a rehab center and now he opens the computer of the new owner from which he comes to know that the car of the new owner had met with an accident, in which the new owner's wife and his daughter were seriously injured. Also his license was suspended for 1 year. He also gets a schedule from the new owner in which everything is written down as to when and where he goes and now the next day Javier goes to the same rehab center for which he had got a red token. Those people come here who drink too much alcohol. Those who are addicted to alcohol. Actually the new owner of Javier's house also comes here and now Javier lies that he too has the habit of drinking too much. Because of his drinking habit, his wife and daughter distance themselves from him. He deliberately tells this false story so that the person who has bought his house will notice him because his story is also similar and now the new owner whose name is Thomas goes to a coffee house with Javier. Soon both of them become friends. The next day Javier once again goes to Thomas's house and makes many changes to his calendar on the computer, which is a kind of his schedule. His computer is connected to his phone. That's why whatever changes he makes here, all those changes will happen in his phone as well. And now because Javier has changed his calendar, that's why Thomas is late to pick up his daughter from gymnastics class. Because of which Thomas's wife fights with him a lot. Thomas says I don't know how the time got changed in my calendar. Javier is watching all this from a distance. Thomas is extremely upset by this whole incident. Next week he goes to the rehab center again during the weekends, where he meets Javier once again. After the group discussion, both of them go to a coffee house, where Thomas shows Javier the photo of his wife and daughter. He says I also want to see your family. But Javier says that right now I don't have any photos of my family. Thomas says why don't you come to my house tomorrow? Javier says I will definitely go. The next day he goes to Thomas's house with a bouquet. Outside he finds his old gardener. Gardener asks how did you get here? He says that some of my old bills still come to this address. I have come to pick them up. In fact, he does not want to tell Gardener the truth that he knows Thomas. There is something going on in his mind that no one knows about. Now he goes inside Thomas's house which used to be his. But Thomas doesn't know anything about this. Thomas introduces him to his wife and daughter. Javier talks very nicely to his daughter. He says I know you are a very good gymnast. After this all of them have dinner. The next day when Thomas comes down with his daughter, Gardener asks him if the old owner came to collect his bills. He says that no such man has come here. Gardener says maybe I made a mistake. But Gardener realizes that Javier is here to meet Thomas. Javier lied to him. Now Javier deliberately crashes his car and calls Thomas to come there. When Thomas goes there he sees that he has a bottle of liquor in his hand. He thinks he caused the accident after drinking alcohol because he had gone to a rehab center. This means that he has a habit of drinking alcohol. He hasn't gotten over that habit yet, and when he snatches the liquor bottle from his hand, some drops of liquor fall on Thomas' clothes as well. After this he brings Javier back to normal and now both of them talk. Here Thomas tells Javier that I am allergic to peanuts. If I eat even one peanut, I will die. I can't stand him. Similarly, alcohol is poison for you. You should not drink alcohol. If you don't give up drinking, you too will ruin your life. Javier says I came to your house yesterday. I am struggling a lot financially. And when I saw that you maintain your life so well, you are the VP or vice president of a very big company, so I became even more disturbed. Because of which I drank alcohol. Thomas says that the company in which I work belongs to my father-in-law, that is, my wife's father. I am not satisfied with my job and my work. I'll be a VP no matter how hard I try. No one will let me progress further than this. Now here it says Javier that my phone's battery is dead. Can I use your phone? I have to call a truck here to tow my car. Thomas gives her his phone. Before calling the truck he sends a mail to himself, and after that he calls the truck for towing. He also tells Thomas not to tell anything about this to his wife. He says okay, I will not tell anything to my wife. And now when he goes home his wife notices that his clothes smell of alcohol. She thinks Thomas has started drinking again. Due to which he has to tell how Javier's car met with an accident. And we are shown Gardner, who calls Javier and says, I know you didn't come to collect your mail and bills, but to meet the new owner. I want to meet you. Javier is forced to go and meet him. Where he says that I know you are doing something wrong. And if you want me not to tell anything about you to Thomas the new owner, then you will have to bring me Thomas's daughter's undergarments. Here it is clear from his words that he has evil eyes on Thomas's daughter. But now Javier is helpless. So the next day when no one is at home, he goes inside Thomas's house, and before he comes out with the girl's undergarments, Thomas's wife returns home. She calls Javier. His phone vibrates. The vibration which Thomas's wife can feel. But he feels that this is a misconception of his mind. That's why she does her work and leaves the house. Javier narrowly escapes. And now after some time, Thomas's wife calls Javier to meet her in a restaurant. Where she tells Javier that I don't want you to meet Thomas. Thomas has told me everything about last night's accident. If he meets you, he might also get addicted to alcohol again. Earlier, due to his alcohol, we had a major accident in which our lives were saved. But now I don't want anything like this to happen again. Javier says that it was Thomas who drank and not him, and shows him the email from Thomas saying that he was too drunk. You come to meet me soon. This is the same mail that he had sent to himself from Thomas's mobile. Actually, this is planned in advance. He is creating misunderstanding between Thomas and his wife. Thomas's wife comes home and fights with him a lot. Meanwhile we see a courier at Javier's house, in which he has ordered a bottle of pepper spray as well as a bottle of peanut liquid, and now he pours the peanut liquid inside the pepper spray bottle and throws the remaining stuff in the dustbin. His wife becomes suspicious of him. After this, when Javier leaves the house, his wife follows him, which Javier sees. That is why very cleverly he goes to his course class and quietly sits with the rest of the people. When his wife sees him there, she also returns home. He then goes to meet Gardner, where he gives him Thomas's daughter's undergarments. But now its demand has increased even more. He says I want you to install this camera in Thomas's daughter's room. Javier realizes that Gardner poses a threat to him. That's why he very cleverly removes him from his path. Gardner has been killed. After which Thomas calls Javier to meet him in his office and asks him, why did you lie to my wife, and he beats Javier badly. Javier's face is bleeding. He goes to Thomas's wife and says that Javier beat me very badly. He suspects that we both are having an affair. Actually he lies to his wife. He also tells her that I am afraid that because of his alcohol habit he might harm you and your daughter. That's why for the safety of both of them he gives a bottle of pepper spray to Thomas's wife. But inside it there is not pepper spray but peanut liquid, to which Thomas is allergic. And Thomas himself told this to Javier. After this Javier comes to his home. He tells his wife that he is going out for a few days. He will return soon. He calls Thomas's wife and says, I know your daughter is a big fan of gymnast. I can introduce him to your daughter. His wife agrees and takes her daughter to the place where Javier introduces Thomas's daughter to the gymnast, which makes her very happy. They also click a photo in which everyone is there and Javier deliberately forwards this photo to Thomas. When Thomas sees this photo, he gets very angry. He is broken from inside and after many months today he drinks and this is what Javier wanted. Now when Thomas is waiting outside in the car for his wife and daughter, he sees Javier coming to drop them off. After which Thomas goes home and fights with his wife. They begin to fight and then the pepper spray that she has, which Javier had given her, actually contains not pepper spray but peanut liquid, to which Thomas is allergic, and when she sprays it on him, Thomas is unable to tolerate the smell. He starts having trouble breathing and falls unconscious. Seeing all this, Thomas's wife gets very upset. She calls Javier and says maybe I killed Thomas. You come here quickly. Javier arrives at his house, where he asks Thomas's wife to come inside the room. He sees that Thomas is still alive. But he doesn't want that. That's why he kills Thomas. We are now shown a few months later where Javier has taken over Thomas's position as VP at the company where he previously was. He has a lot of money. Here Javier's wife, whom he has divorced, comes to meet him. His wife says I know you killed Thomas. Because that day you poured peanut liquid into a pepper spray bottle. I had seen you. That's why I followed you too. You are her murderer and now I will tell this to the police. He says you will not do anything. If you do this, I will stop your son's fees. I will also take from you the house which is in my name. If you want to live a good life you have to keep your mouth shut. Anyway, no one can harm me now. Because even if a case is filed, I will save myself by hiring the world's best lawyer. After hearing all this, his wife leaves from there and now Javier goes to his home where it is shown that he has married Thomas's wife. He has adopted Thomas's daughter and is now living a good life with her. In fact, through a conspiracy, he has taken Thomas's wife, his daughter and everything belonging to him in his name, and with this, the film and the story end here. We hope you liked this story.